Welcome to my channel, Human, Evidently, where I provide evidence-based videos on human origins, paleoanthropology, archaeology, and evolutionary science for adults. They say the best way to learn is to teach, and as an anthropology student, I have found this to be true. My presentation videos are developed from the study material I build for my undergraduate courses and scholarly sources, and can be used to supplement your own learning in high school or college level classes. This is the Intro to Primatology series. This 10-part series introduces the field of primatology through a broad examination of primate evolution, anatomy, behavior, ecology, cognition, and conservation. It is designed to provide an undergraduate level understanding of the diversity of the primate order, the methods used to study primates, and the ways primate research informs larger questions about adaptation, social life, and human evolution. Across these lectures, viewers will gain a deeper appreciation for primates as both biological organisms and critical subjects in the study of life, behavior, and our own origins. While these notes and words are my own, they are informed by the ASM 443 Primatology course at Arizona State University. I attended this class online in spring of 2026 under Dr. Ian Gilby. The ASM 443 course curriculum and materials were developed by Drs. Ian Gilby, Kevin Langer-Graber, and Joan Silk. Intro to Primatology Lecture Series. Part 9. Capuchins, Innovation, Social Learning, and the Origins of Culture. Brains are expensive. This basic fact sits at the center of every serious attempt to explain primate cognition. Neural tissue demands energy, and large brains impose developmental and metabolic costs. If primates, and especially some primates, evolved relatively large brains, then those brains must have delivered substantial adaptive benefits. Capuchins show how innovation, social learning, and local traditions can emerge. An innovative animal can solve a new problem on its own. A cultural animal can also transmit solutions socially so that behaviors persist and spread beyond the original inventor. Culture, in this comparative sense, does not require art, religion, or writing. It requires socially learned, group-typical behavior that is not fully explained by ecology or genetics alone. Capuchins provide compelling evidence that such processes can occur in monkeys. Capuchins are ecological generalists. They exploit varied foods, manipulate objects skillfully, and inhabit environments that can present fluctuating and technically demanding foraging challenges. These conditions are fertile ground for innovation. When resources differ in accessibility, hardness, seasonality, or handling demands, individuals who discover new extraction techniques can gain substantial benefits. Capuchins are known for object manipulation, and in some populations, tool use or complex foraging routines that appear to spread socially. Innovation alone, however, is not enough to explain the broader significance of Capuchin behavior. The crucial question is whether others learn from innovators. Social learning can occur through several mechanisms: stimulus enhancement, local enhancement, emulation, imitation, and payoff-biased copying, among others. Not all social learning requires high-fidelity copying of exact motor patterns. Sometimes, observers simply become more likely to attend to an object, location, or outcome because of another individual's behavior. The result can still be the spread of a new tradition. Why should social learning evolve? Because learning from others can be efficient. Trial and error learning is risky and costly. If another individual has already discovered an effective technique, copying or approximating that behavior can save time, reduce danger, and increase success. Yet social learning also carries risks. Copied behavior may be outdated or inappropriate in a different context. Natural selection, therefore, should not favor indiscriminate copying. It should favor selective use of social information. Studies of primates increasingly suggest that individuals attend to who is successful, who is experienced, and what outcomes particular behaviors produce. Capuchins are especially useful because they combine manipulative skill, ecological flexibility, and social opportunity. They are not as large-brained as apes, but they display many of the ingredients necessary for cumulative behavioral traditions: extended development, social tolerance in at least some contexts, close observational access to others, and a repertoire broad enough for variation to arise. When neighboring groups differ in techniques despite similar ecological conditions, or when a novel behavior spreads through a population over time, researchers gain leverage on the origin of traditions. This also bears on theories of primate brain evolution. Several major hypotheses compete or overlap here. Ecological intelligence hypotheses emphasize the cognitive demands of locating, extracting, and remembering food resources. Social intelligence hypotheses emphasize the demands of navigating complex relationships, coalitions, rank dynamics, and communication. Technical intelligence hypotheses focus on problem-solving and manipulative challenges. Capuchins suggests that these domains need not be isolated. A species may require flexible foraging, careful social attention, and observational learning all at once. The result is a cognitive system tuned to both objects and others. Capuchin traditions also complicate human exceptionalism. Humans unquestionably possess cumulative culture on a scale unmatched by other species. But the roots of culture likely lie deeper in primate evolution than once assumed. If monkeys can innovate, copy successful behaviors, and maintain group-level traditions, then the evolutionary foundations of culture include attentional biases, memory, tolerance, motor flexibility, and social transmission mechanisms that predate the human lineage. Culture did not appear from nowhere. It emerged from capacities that evolution had already been assembling. At the same time, one must avoid exaggeration. Non-human primate culture is not human culture in miniature. The fidelity, cumulative depth, symbolic complexity, and institutional embedding of human culture remain distinctive. But comparative primatology is not interested only in categorical differences. It is interested in continuities, preconditions, and incremental steps. Capuchins matter because they reveal one of those steps clearly. There is also a developmental angle. Juvenile primates often spend long periods observing others before becoming proficient foragers themselves. In capuchins, as in many primates, learning is not instantaneous. Youngsters must master foods, tools, handling techniques, social norms, and environmental structure over time. This prolonged immaturity is costly, but it creates opportunities for experience-dependent competence. Large brains and long juvenility make more sense when one sees them as parts of a package. To infer culture, researchers must show that group differences persist beyond what local habitat or genetic divergence would predict. This often requires long-term comparison, careful ecological measurement, and, where possible, tracking the spread of novel behavior through time. Culture in non-human primates is therefore not declared casually. It is inferred through exclusion and pattern. The role of juveniles is especially important here. Young capuchins are often the most attentive observers and the least efficient performers. They watch, handle, experiment, fail, and gradually improve. This developmental pattern reveals something profound about primate intelligence. A large share of competence is constructed through practice and exposure. Selection for larger brains may therefore be tied not only to immediate adult problem solving, but to the capacity to profit from extended learning environments. Thank you for spending this time with me on human, evidently. I hope you're leaving with a clearer understanding of the subject and a deeper curiosity about the story of life, evolution, and our place within it. Until next time, keep asking those good questions. If you want to support my channel, please consider subscribing here and on Patreon, where you can access my content for free or contribute a small donation to get your name at the end of my videos. I am working on a series of educational material for middle grade readers and 2 science fiction novels. Such endeavors are only made possible by contributions from viewers like you.